Oh, so annoying. You just get your nails done like within 10 days or so and you got a tiny little chip. Oh, let me show you how to fix it. I'm Susie, and I've been doing nails professionally for almost 40 years. Can you believe that, Cameraman?
Whew. No, actually.
Honestly, it's hard to believe. Time goes by like that, you guys. Okay, so I've got a tiny little chip. It's annoying. It's little. I could file it out, actually, and just kind of ignore it until I get a fill. But what if you don't want to do that? What if you just want to get it fixed? Because if I file it, it is going to change the shape. Let's get a look at it. See that? Ugh. It's little, but it is catching on things. So it is annoying. So like I say, I could just take a file and just file it out and smooth. But if you look at the nail and the way it's shaped, right, it's going to take all this away. And I could just eliminate it. You probably wouldn't notice it. But what if I don't want to compromise like that? I just had them done and I paid good money. I want them fixed. That's what we're going to do. So when a customer comes in with a break like this, quietly to myself, I examine it for future reference, and so I can learn, why did this break? So I'm going to take a look at this. Sometimes it just breaks. Most nails can tell you why it broke. You just got to look at the evidence. In this case, it is near the stress point, so I get that. The stress point is a little bit more over here, so it's breaking over here. But let's turn it underneath and see if it can reveal any answers. So it's a little bit of a tell going on down here. We can see this little line we got here is the natural nail sort of peeling away a little bit. Now, natural nails do that. That's a natural process. It kind of curls as it grows. And even though I shortened this when I did it, it's starting to grow at about, 10 days or so. So the natural nail is curving a little bit. Plus, these are an oval shape. So I'm kind of cutting into it a little bit, as in the shape. So it just had a little bit of separation, and maybe the product just got hooked on something and it just came off easily. So it can happen. It's not that common, but it sure is annoying. But it is tiny, so we can fix it real quick. I am going to peel off this gel polish. Like I say, all my nails do need a little TLC. I've been rather busy. So we're down to the product layer that's on top. I think these are acrylic. So we're down to that layer right now, and all we can see is the natural nail lifted under there. It's a little bit transparent, so the thinner it gets, of course, you can see the natural nail pulling away. So I'm just going to get my rubber band and just buff it a little. Now, I don't need to add any primer or bond or anything like that here because product sticks to product. So I'm just going to make sure it's nicely roughed. I don't want it too smooth. I'm just going to give this a little buff right in here. Make sure the new product sticks to it. Now this is a quick fix that you're doing on yourself because you're running out the door. You don't have time to do the whole thing over. I'm just going to show you a quick way to fix it so that you can get going. So I'm just going to get a tiny, literally tiny, just a little tiny chunk, literally just the little piece. See how tiny that is? That's probably like a third of a piece of rice. Super tiny. So all I'm going to do, and you don't need to form this. Again, we want to go really quick. Forming a nail that's already grown out can be kind of tedious, and you can never really get it super perfect, like in that one spot. So there's no point in bothering. I would just, especially if you're using Easy Gel or acrylic, it's the easiest way to do it. And you literally are just placing, it's literally patchwork. That's how you're doing. It's just patchwork. Okay, if you're using hybrid gel, my brand is called Easy Gel. That's all you need to do. Cure, file it away. Now I'm going to show you with acrylic. So this is really important when you're doing this kind of a fix. Your liquid to powder ratio is really, really important. That's what's great about hybrid gel. It's already figured out for you. It's kind of pasty like toothpaste, so it just kind of sits there. That's the beauty of it. And if you love acrylic, you just want to make sure that you've got your liquid to powder really worked out. So this is not going to be a runny bead. In fact, I hate runny beads. You shouldn't be working with runny beads anyway, but this will really show your skills in making sure that you understand the liquid to powder ratio. And this is what you need on every bead. I'm going to place that little bead right there. Just going to give it a second to breathe. And then, because it's not running whatsoever, it's literally just waiting until I mold it and shape it and do the patchwork. So remember I said you don't need a form? You really don't. If you use a form, it's a little tedious to have to try to make it absolutely perfect. It's really just wasting a lot of time that you don't need on a quick fix. And you're going to end up filing underneath anyway, so you might as well skip the form. Make sure your liquid to powder ratio is right on, then you don't need the form. And then it's a matter of just filing. Let's just check and make sure I've got it everywhere. Yeah, that looks pretty good. It's a little high here, without no matter. We can just file that away. Just making sure that it's everywhere I want it to be on the width. And making sure the thickness is there. Okay, there you go. That's a nice little patch. So now we're just gonna wait for that to cure. I'm gonna clean my brush. Make sure I put my lid on it. Because this is a fix, the shape is already determined. So we're gonna zone in on that shape and fix that right away, and then just smooth it down, smooth the patch down within the parameters of the shape. So this requires just taking my medium file and just shaping it the way I like it. That looks pretty good. So now I've got it within my shape. So how fast that went? Remember, this is just a quick fix. And I'm going to take not my bulk and sculpt. My bulk and sculpt is what I did, what I used in my bits there to take away the product. That's for a lot of product. But now I just want to do my baby arbor band. Just now we're going to just smooth over the patch. I don't want to take a lot of stuff away. I am just smoothing now this patch. We are just filing within the parameters of the nail shape. So I'm just literally filing this little patch to make it nice and smooth. So I'm using my baby. You can actually see the patch. See, that's very clear. It's exactly where the patch is. I'm just delicately taking away the height. Very light touch, and now I'm just sanding out any of the obvious lines. Now, when this customer leaves, being myself, I'm probably going to put a nail color over it, but it's going to be so flawless, you could almost put a clear over top. It's still going to look good. Looking pretty good. So now I'm going to go over top of the whole nail. I'm just going to smooth out that cuticle, catch any little gel polish that I might have missed. Make it just a little bit smoother. Now that it's grown away from the cuticle for about a week or so, I can just make that a little bit smoother. Just go over the whole thing, just give it a nice, even, smooth finish. And now I'm just gonna take my sanding sponge and just go over the whole thing. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Okay, let's just take off some dust here. Now remember, this is just a quick patch, right? Look at that, no more notch. Looks really good, all fixed under there. Let's take a look underneath and see. Look at that. Not even a little edge. I do have the natural nail that's still lifted. Now, being that this is a quick fix, I'm going to leave that, because if I wanted to get rid of all of that, I would have done a much more involved fix, but we are trying to do a quick one. So when I do it later, when I do the fill, I will go under there and either file the natural nail out, or if I want to change the color and the design completely, I would take the whole thing off, and then of course it would be gone right from that point. But this was just a quick one. Now, if there was a little edge underneath, I would take either one of these and go under there and smooth it out. But I did a pretty good transition. And like I say, you didn't even need to put a form under there. If there was a little bit that drooped under there, you just file it out with those two little bits. So that's actually it. We did it. So I'm just going to add some oil. Any of that dust or those little crusty edges that might be bothering you, not to worry. 1 drop of oil is going to take care of all that. Look at that. That's real time. We're not speeding that up or anything. That looks great. That's exactly what you want oil to do. So I'm going to massage that in. Remember that nasty little ugly break that we had? All gone. A nice quick fix. So that's what you can do with a quick fix on a little chipped nail to get you going until your nail fill. Thanks for joining me. Catch you guys in the next video.